Welcome to a brand new video. So today we are predicting Premier League Game Week 13. Since the international break for 2 weeks, there's a lot that has happened in these last 2 weeks, okay, and we will be talking about them in this video. So there's a lot to talk about, so stick around guys. But anyway, like to the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already. Without further ado, let's get straight in with our first prediction of this video. Our first game, guys, is a big game on a Saturday afternoon. It is Man City versus Liverpool. Man City drew 4-4 to Chelsea before the international break, and oh boy, what a game indeed, man. What a fantastic game. That game will go down in history as one of the best games in the Premier League history because it was so end-to-end stuff, so many goals, so many stuff happening during that game, and it was a very good game to watch. I do find about Man City though, if you don't give them respect and you sort of press them from the top and don't give them any space at all during the game, then Man City are 100% beatable. Liverpool, guys, beat Brentford 3-0 before the international break. A very good win because Brentford were on a 3-game win streak before this game, so Liverpool had a very tough task in hand. Salah is hitting form right now, and oh boy, that will give Liverpool a very good advantage in this game. Got Man City and Liverpool to end as a 2-2 draw. Next up, it is Burnley versus West Ham. Burnley lost 3-1 to Arsenal before the international break, and oh boy, they are still struggling in the Premier League. They officially sit bottom of the Premier League on 4 points. Not a good season really, is it? Not a very good season at all. And because of that, they still remain 2 points from safety. So Burnley need to find results. Trust me guys, when I say this, Company is running out of time. Company, man, he needs to find some sort of form for Burnley, because if he don't find any form, he could find himself out of a job. West Ham beat Nottingham Forest 3-2 before the international break. Yes, a very good game again, but a very good win as well. Wolves with yet another 2 assists to his name this season, and that is 9 assists in all competitions this season. And yet, he is still not selected for the England side, okay? Southgate needs to realise Ward-Prowse is much better than Henderson and Kevin Phillips, and probably Conor Gallagher as well. So where is Ward-Prowse, Southgate? Where the hell is Ward-Prowse? West Ham sit in 9th place, guys, and that win ended a 3-game losing streak. So all the information I gave you right now, I do have this game to end as a West Ham win. That is what I got West Ham to win 2-0 against Burnley, but this will be the end for Company, trust me. Our next game is Luton versus Crystal Palace. Luton lost 1-0 to Man City before international break, okay? So not a bad result. Yes, they lost, but not a bad result, only losing 1-0 to Man City. Man United. They still sit at the relegation zone by 1 point. Not gonna lie, guys, I really hope Luton stay up this season, because that will be a fairy tale ending for their season. Palace lost 3-2 to Everton before the international break. I'll talk about Everton, guys, later on in this video, so stick around. Palace now sit in 13th place after that loss. You know what? It's still not bad, to be fair. It's still not bad at all. Palace did have trouble scoring goals in recent times, but they have somehow, scored 4 or 5 goals in the last 2 to 3 games. So they are hitting a bit of goals now, but it's still not good enough. But I do have Crystal Palace, guys, to win this game, because I think Palace will have a bit too much for Luton. That's why, guys, I've got Palace to beat Luton. A very close 2-1. Our next game could be also game of the weekend. It is Newcastle versus Chelsea. Newcastle lost 2-0. Newcastle lost 2-0 to Bournemouth, okay? A fantastic win for Bournemouth, by the way. A fantastic win. I seen a clip online, guys, of Trippier having a go at fans. Obviously saying like, we have so many injuries, okay? But even with all them injuries, Newcastle should have enough to beat Bournemouth. So that's no excuse, to be fair. No excuse at all. Chelsea, guys, drew 4-4 to Man City in what probably is one of the best Premier League games in history. Fantastic draw from Chelsea right there. That is 2 games in a row now where Chelsea have been involved in 2 of the best games we've seen in a long time against Spurs and also Man City. Chelsea have looked better in recent games than did at the start of the season, so maybe now Pochettino has found a way to get the best out of his players. But I believe Newcastle guys will bounce back this weekend. That is why I've got Newcastle guys to beat Chelsea a very close 2-1. Our next game, guys, it is Forest versus Brighton. Forest lost 3-2 to West Ham before the international break. To be fair, they played okay. They sit in 14th place, and guess what? They could win this game. Brighton drew 1-1 to Sheffield, okay. Better than losing, but quite a poor result for Brighton's standards. They've only managed 4 points in 5 games in recent form, so not a great form at all for Brighton. But they still sit in 8th place in the Premier League table, so you know what? Yes, not great form recently, but they are still in 8th place, and you know what? It's not too bad, to be fair. But I do have this game to be a very close game indeed, guys, so that is why I've got Brighton to beat Forest a very close 1-0. Our next game, guys, it is Sheffield United versus Bournemouth, a bottom table clash. Sheffield drew 1-1 to Brighton, a very good point indeed for Sheffield, a very good result. They still sit in 18th place, which is in the relegation zone, but in recent form they have drew 1 and won 1. So you know what, they are picking up a little bit of form, and that can really help them this game. Bournemouth, guys, beat Newcastle a very good 2-0 before the international break. A very good result. They truly did the homework against Newcastle, and it paid off, guys. Because of that win, they now sit 4 points above the relegation zone. So Sheffield, guys, need this win more than Bournemouth, to be fair, but it could be a very good game. So that is why, guys, I've got this game to end as a very good and entertaining draw. That is why, guys, I've got this game to end 2-2. A very good, interesting game to watch. Our next game is Brentford versus Arsenal, guys. Brentford lost 3-0 to Liverpool before the international break. A very bad result. That ended a 3-game win streak, but they still sit in 11th place. So you know what? Brentford are having a good season, but that loss will hurt them. Arsenal beat Burnley 3-1, a very good win. They bounced back from their previous defeat, so this win will give them some confidence going in to this game. They sit in 3rd place, guys, but only 1 point away from first. So this game is crucial for Arsenal, because if Man City lose, or if if Arsenal win, then Arsenal could be back on top. So this game is a must win for Arsenal. And yes then, guys, I do have this win to go down as an Arsenal win. That is right, guys, I've got Arsenal to beat Brentford a very easy 3-1, just like against Burnley. Our next game, guys, it is Spurs versus Aston Villa. Spurs lost 2-1 to Wolves. What is happening, man? What is happening? Listen, Spurs have bottled it yet again. Some things never change, and some things are that Spurs will never win the Premier League. It is crazy, man, honestly. They have now lost 2 on the bounce, and this game will not be any easier against a very good Aston Villa side. Villa beat Fulham a very good 3-1, so a very good win for them right there. They now sit in 5th place, but only 3 points away from first. So Villa are having a fantastic season nevertheless. It is fair to say Villa are looking a very good side this season. So guys, just on that alone, and obviously the way Spurs are, Spurs have lost some of their players this week. Obviously Maddison, Van der Ven, Romero, whoever his name is, Romero, things like that, and yes man, it's not looking good. So that is why, guys, I've got Villa to beat Spurs a very easy 2-0. Our next game, guys, it is Everton versus Man United. So let me talk about Everton for one moment, okay? So obviously guys, you've seen online right now, Everton have had a 10-point deduction, okay? Obviously for breaking profit and sustainability rules. They broke that, somehow they broke that profit and sustainability rules. Yeah, and got a 10-point deduction, okay? So listen carefully. Man, the amount of times the top 6 have broken that rule, okay? Obviously, the top 6 were threatening to leave the Premier League to go to this Super League that was meant to be announced years ago, okay? They threatened to leave the Premier League for that reason, okay? To get more money, okay? And where the hell was their deductions, guys? They literally threatened to leave, okay? And obviously, Man City, we all know Man City, guys, they spend money for fun. And the fact they haven't got any point deductions, man, the amount of rules they have broken, it's unbelievable, okay? And to be fair, it is kind of harsh on Everton getting this 10-point deduction, okay? And I think this will hit Everton like a ton of bricks. Everton right now are currently in process of going to court to like, you know, get explanations on why and what's happened and things like that. But yeah, to be fair, if Everton get a 10-point deduction, so should the top 6. As I say, the top 6 have clearly, guys, broken the rules for anything like transfers. It's quite clear that obviously the Premier League are too scared to deduct points from the top 6. Obviously, you know, the top 6 are the top 6, the best teams in the league, and you know, it's just things like that, guys. So I believe Everton's point deduction is very, very harsh, and the Premier League bosses now and the FA bosses need to sit down with each other and discuss the next plans, okay? They need to all sit down and discuss what's happening next, because the way they handled this situation was quite poor. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad Everton have a 10-point deduction, obviously good. They relegated my boys Leicester from the Premier League, but the way it's gone about is very, very unfair on Everton, and they now need to sit down and realise what they have done. This is the officials, by the way, and try and come up with a plan to get the other top 6 sides a ban as well, you know, a point deduction, because it's just not fair. But anyway, guys, they're up against. I'll move on from that because I can rant on forever, and I'm not making any sense now. But anyway, guys, Man United, they're up against Man United, okay, who beat Luton 1-0. So basically, it wasn't a very convincing win, but they still won. And I think obviously this point deduction, guys, will hit Everton like a ton of bricks. So that's why I've got Man United, guys, to beat. That's why I've got Man United to beat Everton, a very close 2-1. But I'm hoping Everton get justice for what's happened, because the top 6 have done way worse. Trust me. We are down to Monday Night Football, guys. It's Fulham versus Wolves. Fulham lost 3-1 to Aston Villa before the international break. Like Brighton, they've only got 4 points in 5 games, so their form is not great either. And they have fell to 15th position in the league. Wolves, on the other hand, guys, beat Spurs a very good 2-1. That's a Raba goal. What a finish, man. What a finish, man. Fantastic first touch. That's probably goal of the season so far. On the flip side to Fulham, they've generated 8 points, guys, in 5 games. So Wolves are truly in form right now. Then guys, just because obviously Wolves have collected 8 points in 5 games, I do have this game to end as a Wolves win. That as well, guys. I've got Wolves to beat Fulham a very convincing 2-0. And guys, there we have it. That is my Premier League prediction, game week 13. My throat, man. But anyway, guys, if you have any of my predictions, let me know down below in the comments, and subscribe if not already. And I'll see you guys next week for a brand new video. The Premier League is back, baby. It is so nice to have it back. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Good, and good night.